Okay, my love affair for travel began a long time ago, when I was 5 years old to be exact. That's when my mother put me on a Greyhound bus going from Buffalo, New York to Jamestown, New York. I remember it vividly. By myself, the bus driver sat me in the front row, the front seat, and wouldn't let anyone sit next to me, right? So we get to Jamestown, he gives me over to my aunt, and I had the same bus driver bringing me back with the same routine. Front seat, no one could sit next to me. So my mother started this dream, right? That same family moves to Denver, Colorado. So what does my mother do? Now she puts me on a plane by myself. So you remember when they can walk you on the plane, sit you in a seat, give you a kiss? That's my mother. So I'm on this plane by myself in the window seat, and we fly to Denver. We get there, and I am like enjoying this flight. I'm having a nice time. We finally get to Denver, and Denver's in a blizzard. Okay? Now, the pilot tells us we're not going to land, we have to circle, and I'm looking out the window and I see all the planes going behind me. And we're just on the plane and I'm just enjoying my ride. And the pilot comes back on and says, we have to land because we're running out of fuel. Everyone gasps and I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, I guess we're going to land. So we land in Denver, Colorado, and I'm walking off the plane just as happy as I can be, and standing in front of me is my uncle, who looks like he's in a panic mode. I get to him smiling and happy, and he's like, do you know your mother has called this airport so many times worried about you? I've been standing here like stressed out worrying about you. Meanwhile, I'm just like, oh, well, I had a nice plane ride and I enjoyed myself. So from there, I traveled all over the United States by myself. And finally, my girlfriends and I created my dream vacation of going to Italy. So we said we would go to Paris in Italy. But as you know, things happen, finances happen, people back out. So I decided to go by myself. Here come the comments. Have you seen Taken? Are you gonna be okay? I don't think you should go. Are you sure about this? I'm like, whatever, I'm doing this, I'm confident. So now it's time for me to leave. I get on the Greyhound bus going from Rochester, New York to Toronto. I catch the shuttle from the bus station to the airport. Check my luggage, and I'm just walking through the airport happy. I'm about to go on my dream vacation, and I'm just enjoying it. And they call to board the plane, and fear hits because I'm by myself. I look to the right, I look to the left, there's no one with me. I'm like, okay, we got this. So I get in a plane, we fly. We land in Paris, I grab my luggage, I have my paper in my hand that tell me where my driver is picking me up and who he is, and I get to that meeting point and this guy comes up, takes the paper, looks, tells me he's my driver. Perfect. Put my luggage in the car, and off we go. We're talking, he speaks perfect English. He's telling me about how his brother has a girlfriend in New York City and how he cannot wait to go to New York. And we're just having a great conversation, and he pulls up at a hotel. What's going on here? This is not my hotel. I was like, this is not the hotel. Get the paper, this is my hotel. Thank God I looked it up. We finally get to my hotel, we have conversation, we get there, and he turns around and asks for money. Well, I hand him my paper. He's like, no. So we arguing, and I finally get to the reception desk. I'm like, I need your help. And he mentions calling the police. I'm like, wait a minute, they have real police. They have real jail here. I can't go to jail. So I finally figured out a compromise. I'm like, look, I made a mistake because I trusted you. You made a mistake because you knew you were not my driver. So I'm only gonna pay half. Okay. Later that day, I come down to the reception desk. It's like, well, what can I do today? I don't have anything planned. What's in the area? So she says, walk out the hotel, make a left, go to the train station, get off a couple of stops later at the Eiffel Tower, and follow the crowd. That's what I do. I get on the train, get off, follow the crowd. I get to the Eiffel Tower. On the right and left, there's entrances. One side is long line. The other side, short line. So what line do I get in? The short line. Get up there, buy my ticket, get up to the top. Where's the elevator? You guessed it. I'm on the side for the stairs. Okay, I can do this. So I start climbing the stairs, and I'm climbing, and I'm climbing. And I'm at like stair 350, and right in front of me is stair 351. I was like, how disrespectful is the Eiffel Tower to count your steps for me? Okay, so I climb some more. I think I'm at like 500. I get to the first landing. I take my pictures. I go back out to the stairs. I climb some more. I get to the second landing. Did I tell you I was afraid of heights? Okay, so by the way, I bought the ticket to go all the way to the top. So I get to the second landing, then you walk up the last few steps, and you have to catch the elevator. Well, getting on the elevator was like 3 other Americans who were also afraid of heights. So we get on the elevator, and our backs are pressed against the wall because we're afraid. So we get to the top, and the conductor looks at us like, get off, go. And so we start inching our way out of the elevator because I'm like, do you see how high we are? But it was the most breathtaking view, right? So we get out, I take my pictures. Okay, the next day, I have a cooking class. So I go down to the reception again. I'm like, they gave me directions before, they can do it again. How do I get here? So they tell me where to go, how to find it, off I go. I get there, I start walking, and I don't find it. I'm like, okay, I'm lost. I see a cab driver, I go up to him, show him the paper, could you take me there? He's like, no, that's not enough fare to drive you. I was like, oh, okay. So I start walking again, I'm looking, and I see a black policewoman. I'm so excited, I rush up to her and I start asking her, like, where do I go? How do I get here? Can you help me? And she's staring at me and politely lets me know she speaks no English. And in my head at that moment, I'm like, how dare you not speak English? Don't you know? I was like, you're a policewoman. You should be able to speak English if I need help. But in the same moment, I was like, wait a minute, chick. You just came to their country knowingly you do not speak French. Keep it moving. So I keep it moving. I walk some more. I see another cab. I go to another cab stand. I'm like, look, I will pay you double. Get me there. I hate being late. So he drops me off, and I walk into the cooking class. There's another lady by herself, and she's from San Francisco, and we end up bonding. So the next day she tells me she's doing a Ricky Stevenson Black Peers tour. They're going to Josephine Baker's home. So I'm like, please, I need to jump on that. We go there and I meet this lady from San Diego named Kat. And she has a tour group with her, she's a travel agent. I look at her, I want to do what you're doing. And she says, well, do it. Okay. I'm like, yeah, I don't talk to people like that, but okay. So the next day, I have to fly to Italy. Now, you ready? I get on my plane, I land, I get my luggage, I find my driver. I did it right? So I get there, I get to the hotel, and I travel all over Italy, and I enjoy myself. Not knowing, a year and a half later, I will open AJ Excursions, a travel agency, because of all the mistakes that happened while I was there. I was like, this will never happen to anyone else. I got this. I want to dot all the I's, cross the T's to make sure no one else has this. So that's my beautiful story of travel. Thank you.